broadcast here. We're getting ready, and we're going to be doing live broadcasts, podcasting, and getting that taken care of. So today we're going to be talking about our businesses, and you know, some of the things that we want to be able to talk about is uh, the pros, the cons to this business, and um, what to look forward to when you are you know what, what to look forward to when you are out here trying to start a solar panel cleaning business or a pressure washing business. So I got Mark here. Mark's been in the business for a long time, and he I fell to him when I needed a skid for my solar panel cleaning business, and he built me one, and that was almost close to 3 years now, and doing really well in our business, and really taking off, and um, now we're expanding, doing a lot of commercial businesses now, and we're doing a lot of residential also. So, what do you think? I mean, what do you guys think about this? Hopefully, you guys can hear us okay, and um, see us all right. So, we are streaming live on YouTube while we are podcasting. So, um, what do you say, Mark?
Well, so far so good. I'm liking everything.
Yeah,
We're getting our little system set up. The way that I talked about it earlier. I don't know who's on. There's Terry Lynn on. She's on right now. But the ones that I talked to earlier, we got a little bit of things to change up with our monitor so we can, read you. We can also look down our computers right now. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And that way, we got face the camera and everything. But yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. We're going to start doing this once for sure a week and maybe sometimes twice. I do want to start inviting people to come in and sit down on the couch and share your experience, go over your work, go over any issues you may have, any training that you're looking for. We're willing to do what we can to help you out and get you to rocking and rolling. But right now, like what the title was, the two old bowl guys.
yeah.
That's what we are. That's what our title of our podcast is, the two old bald guys.
Two old bald guys, and having fun,
Yeah.
enjoying our business, enjoying our dream, and there you go.
Yeah.
So, want to talk about um, the pros and the cons um, with solar panel cleaning and pressure washing. And we want to educate people, and this is why we're here doing our podcast. Is we want to be able to educate people on what you should be doing with your solar panels and pressure washing and so forth. And a lot of people don't realize that solar panels need to be clean until they actually get their bill.
Yep.
And when they get their bill, it's like $1,000 for the month, and they're asking these questions: why are we not? Why is it costing us so much? Well, we this is why we're in business. We're in business basically because when the solar panels get dirty, we got to go out there and clean them up.
Yep. Uh, we're seeing a big change in it to where now the people are starting to get educated. They're starting to see, that their panels do need to be cleaned, and it's up to us to do our due diligence to educate them when we come out. So we want them to be able to log in to the internet, to Southern California Edison, AES, NRG, or whoever their power source is, so they can see how much their panels are charging, how many kilowatts they're getting out of them. So the more kilowatts you get out of them, the more money they put in their pocket. So a lot of people don't realize, how dirty they are, and say, "Oh, well, it rained and they're still good." Well, we did a video not too long ago. One of my neighbors across the street, it had rained on a Monday, and his panels went all the way down to 16 to 17 kilowatts after it rained. So when we did the video, I did this, my fingers across the panels, and I showed how much residue and dirt was still on the panels.
Mm-hmm.
So after we cleaned them, he did a printout, and I've posted this and I've showed it to people. It went all the way up to 42, 43 kilowatts after we cleaned them. So that right there shows you that clean panels do get you more kilowatts. The more kilowatts you're producing, the more money you're making. So you need to, start doing your homework, because the way that the world's going now, everybody's going green. They're going to solar panels. They're going to electric cars. So with the solar panels, keeping the panels clean, monitor how much money you're getting paid for your panels, how much money you're making, and then that way you can keep up with it month after month after month. And then as you start seeing that money go down, it's time to clean. So out here in the IE, Palm Springs, Riverside, you want a minimum 3, maybe 4 times a year.
Right.
If you're by the beach, you may get a lot of salt water. You get the fog in the morning, you get the dust from the beaches. So you got to, figure out where you live. If you live in the mountains, maybe not so as much, maybe twice a year. But it just depends on where you live and where you're at. Like, we got Terry Lynn on right now. So they're out in, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're dealing with all the dust and dirt. Even though you've been having the monsoons, the panels are still dirty.
Right.
So,
I was at the Mandalay Bay. I was in my hotel room. It was a corner suite, and it was overlooking about 4,000 solar panels on top of a roof.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, I took a picture of that and said, you know what? I'm going to send this to my Las Vegas crew over there and see what they can do about, um, getting business. I mean, so it's definitely a lot of solar panels out there to be cleaned.
Yeah.
And the more that you educate people, the better off you're going to be when it comes to, getting business for your solar panel cleaning company or pressure washing company. And the good thing I like about Mark is, he goes out and he builds all this stuff and he perfects a lot of stuff. So even though there's products that he gets that needs to be worked on, he perfects it and makes it better. And I like that.
Speaking of making things better, it's hard for me to keep my mouth shut when I'm doing a build.
Uh-oh.
2 weeks ago on a Friday, the day that we were at the Costco, the brand new Costco, cleaning it, I actually purchased a new Ford Transit Connect van, the little bitty Ford van.
Wow, you were able to find one.
Well, I got lucky. The guy that was trying to purchase it, his loan didn't go through.
Oh.
And so I happened to be at the right place at the right time talking to the fleet department. And he's like, we've got one right now. I cut him a check, brought the van home.
Oh, nice.
So for all you out there, a lot of people, in the solar panel cleaning business, they buy a van, they get, 4.0 or 5.0, and we outfit it with all the equipment. And they're only, subjected to just window cleaning, solar panel cleaning, or auto detailing with our skids. Well, this van that I built, it is in paint right now. I get it Monday. Tuesday, it goes in for electrical. And I'm not going to say much more. I'm going to wait till all the branding's on it and it's finally done. And I'm going to open up this van and show you what I built. But I will give you a little tidbit. This van is a Ford Transit Connect. That's a little small Ford van. It has everything in it that I have on my big work trucks.
Wow.
So everybody's like, how did you get that packed in a van? It took a lot of work. And I still have open room in the floor to where I can still put more stuff. So I really made it compact. I really made it tight, and we really dialed this thing in. So
and this is something good for people who are starting the business. Okay, I get a lot of questions. People come in and they ask me, a lot of questions about starting a solar panel cleaning business, and it's about one of the biggest obstacles is you not having the right equipment. And a lot of these companies do fail because they're not prepared. They don't have the right equipment to do the right job, and you have to be prepared. For example, I just got a commercial account yesterday, and they literally called me and said, "I need you to start that tomorrow." So I had to, rent a boom lift, get that done for the weekend. Well, the place that I get the boom lifts from, they're closed on the weekend. So I have to have them deliver it tomorrow. It's going to be sitting there all weekend, but we have the whole weekend to go out there and clean almost little over 3,500 solar panels that have to be done. Some on the rooftop and some on carport. And so I had to get the guys together to go out there and do that. And you have to be prepared for anything. And if you're buying equipment and this equipment is not capable of doing, 3,000 solar panels, 4,000 solar panels, you better start looking, because when you get into this business, one of the biggest things is you must be prepared. I cannot stress that enough. And when I say that, you have to buy the best equipment. Because if you don't have the best equipment, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to do it.
The big thing in pressure washing, solar panel cleaning, any of the cleaning, auto detailing, when you are out there working and you get customers that trust you, that know that you're dependable, your word's going to spread about you. And before you know it, you're going to start getting these big accounts. And you've got to be prepared. It's just like Henry was saying. You've got to um, there you go. You got to make sure you got the right equipment. When I build a system, I build it with a pressure washer with a burner. That way, with a burner, you can run hot water, you can clean concrete. When you clean concrete, you have to spray a degreaser down. Degreaser breaks down any oils and contaminants and everything else. You run a steam surface cleaner. That way, you're not putting lines in the concrete when you're pressure washing with a wand. So when you run the surface cleaner, everything's nice, smooth, and even. You come back, do your rinse, make sure you get all your gum up, everything looks pristine. Solar panel, same thing. When you're doing solar panel, and I am guilty of it. I did a video showing that I used a window cleaning brush, manually cleaning them. Well, some people can't afford a J. Racenstein brush or a Solotech brush. So they have to go back to my old school way, is hand clean them with a window cleaning brush, soap and water. But when you got the right tools, you're ready for everything. That's why I tell everybody, if you can't afford it now, for every $100 you made, you only made $70. Put $30 back. Keep putting that money back
Right.
until you can afford to get the pressure washer with the burner. You can get the surface cleaner to run with that pressure washer. You can get a pressure washer for DI water. I run pressure washers for degreaser. So I have a water tank for DI water, and I have a water tank for degreaser. I pour my chemicals in there. I spray it with a pressure washer. So I make sure I have everything there. The reason I use a pressure washer to spray my chemical, you don't have to wear a backpack. You're not pouring on the ground. You're not trying to brush it in. You put the black soap tip in there. You spray the degreaser on the concrete. It takes you 2 seconds.
Right.
Get out there and start cleaning. So for everybody that don't understand, the longer you are on a job, the more money you're losing. And everybody's like, it seems like I'm in a hurry trying to get the job done. No, I'm focused. The videos that you see me do, like with Jennifer, we're doing a video. If I wasn't doing that video, those jobs I'd been done in 10 minutes. Up on the roof, cleaned them 10 minutes later, I'm off the roof.
Right.
So that's, my work ethic. But you got to have the right equipment. And when you can afford it, get everything. When I do my grand reveal on my little Forward Transit Connect, you see what I did, you'll say, I understand now. Now you see I have everything in there. And we still got room to put more, the way that I designed everything. So in my world, it's like when Henry come to me and he wanted to get into solar panel cleaning, I built a skid for him. Henry was one of my first customers back in, when was it, May of 2020?
Yeah, something like
April or May.
Yeah.
So I built a skid for him. And, a lot of people were hitting me up at that time. And I wasn't even really building skids. But I've always done bills for customers. People like the way that I build my trucks and everything else. They say, hey, I would like something like that. So they would come in, I'd build it, but it wasn't something I was doing all the time. Now we're building skids day in and day out nonstop. And I got people from around the world looking, at, for them and buying them now. So we're shipping everywhere.
That's
And,
awesome.
but it's like, helping people out, getting them in the business, and business is great. Solar panels is not going to slow down. It's going to continue to get more and more busy.
And right now we're in prime season. Right now it's July, and there's a lot of people that are calling. They're calling and trying to set up their solar panel cleaning, and because they think that they get the best production when it comes to the heat. Well, what they don't realize and what people don't realize because they're not educated when it comes to solar panels is solar panels produce much better when they're cooler. So wintertime is just as important as summertime.
Hmm.
Summertime gets really, really hot, and the solar panels have to work a little harder, and they produce less. Now, you want to make sure that these solar panels are cleaned every 6 months for residential.
That's minimum every 6 months.
Minimum. For commercial, it's every 3 months. And we get a lot of big commercial accounts. And so when we clean these, we are, we're cleaning them and making sure that they're clean because on a lot of the commercial accounts, they have a performance platform that they use, and that if that fails that performance, then they're giving us a call. So um, we are on YouTube, guys, and we have questions here on YouTube. So we're actually doing our podcast and streaming live on YouTube. So let's get into some of the questions here. Um, and find out what people are asking. So Terry Lynn says, Henry, what type of brush did you start with? To be honest, I started out with a very small water-fed pole and brush, and the brush itself was 12-inch brush, which was a lot of work for me. And to clean, just say for example, 30 solar panels, it took probably about close to an hour, just with the small brush. Now with the equipment that I have now, maybe 10 minutes,
Hmm.
if that. you
Yeah.
know and that's me going over them several times, so I would never go back to what I started with. So the brush, I still have that brush, and I have it in my museum.
Mhm.
Pretty much. But it's just sitting there, and yeah, it's going to continue sitting there because I have the right equipment that I'm using right now. So
Mhm.
a great question, Geraldine. Cody Sonor, what are the best tips to get commercial accounts? That is a great question. Well, I'm going to give you some advice for getting commercial accounts, and you got to be prepared for it. So, commercial accounts, most commercial accounts, they're going to ask for insurance, and you must have at least a $1 million policy for any type of commercial insurance. So a lot of that is liability. It's a liability insurance, and I have a 2 million and a $3 million policy. So also you are going to need coverage for your auto, and your auto here in California. Most big corporations are asking for a $1 million policy. Um, I had a $300,000 policy on my auto, and I had to increase it to 1 million just so I can complete the jobs. And they would not accept you unless you had those requirements. Also, you're going to have to fill out a lot of paperwork, especially when it comes to commercial accounts. They sometimes draw up their own contracts, and you got to sign that and become a vendor for them. So there's a lot of things that have to be done. And that's just my experience with that. Um, but those are just some of the things that you got to have. Workman's comp, you got to have workman's comp if you have employees here in California. Be prepared for that, and they're going to want you to put them down on the certificate of insurance, uh, the COI. They're going to want to be put down as a lien holder. So that's another thing that you have to oblige by. So you call your insurance guy and have them put them down, and then you send them their email. They get it, and then everything is all good.
Let me throw a little bit on that about
Sure.
corporate accounts. Guys, corporate accounts are hard to get. Took me 4 years to get my foot in the door with Costco. Luckily, I come across one store manager that let me come and do a free job for him. I said, look, I shop at your location all the time. Your place is filthy. Whoever's cleaning it, it's not using hard water. They're not using, or not hard water, but hot water. They're not using degreaser and they're not running a surface cleaner. I said, if you'll let me just clean your storefront one time, I'll do it for free. But if you like what I did, let me earn your business. So sure enough, I went and did it for free. And after he's seen it, I was on his regular schedule. So that one store supervisor ended up promoting me to other Costco's, and I end up getting to put a bid in for the contract. So there's a lot of times you got to go out there and work for free. A lot of people's like, oh, I ain't working for free. Well, then you're not trying. You're not out there trying to get those big accounts. Everybody wants the gravy right off the bat.
Right.
You got to start from the bottom. So you can't get that gravy. You can't get them big accounts unless you go out there and really work for them, because they're not just going to hand them to you.
No, you're going to have to go out there and go get them. And that's another thing too, is you're going to have to go out to these big corporations, big companies, find out who's in charge, and talk to that particular person, and see what you can do about getting your foot in the door. Because it's all about persistence. You got to be persistent, and you got to go out there and really do what you need to do to attract that attention. And if you're able to do that, um, you know, most people will work with you because they want their solar panels clean. They definitely want that, to be taken care of. So, um, one of the things that they're definitely going to be looking at is making sure that you have your insurance.
Yeah.
And I go back to that because there's a lot of companies out there that don't. I had somebody call me the other day and said, asked me for a quote. And I gave him a quote, and my quote was about $150 higher than the other person. And when they said, yeah, well, we can do it, for X amount of money. And first thing I asked was, do they have insurance? And I said, well, they're getting up on top of your roof. If they break a tile or anything, how are they going to pay for it? And she didn't think about asking that question. And I also asked, oh, how are they cleaning your solar panels? What are they using? There was a lot of things that came into play because what she had told me was everything that she had mentioned was, well, we have Spanish tile, we have a steep roof, we have, um, a two-story home, and it's just a lot of things that you really don't want to tackle because you're going up on that roof and you don't want to break anything. But then she happened to mention she had pigeons underneath the panels, and tried to get a price on that. And you know we offer the bird proofing, we offer all that, but that's totally different than just solar panel cleaning. And they gave her a price so cheap that I was like, yeah, these guys are really not professionals because of the prices that they were charging. They're a flyby. They're basically going to come in, do their, just do it real quick and be gone. And you'll probably never hear from them again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the unfortunate thing is you got some of these guys out here that don't have insurance, not covered, and are taking these jobs away from people that are doing it right. So.
Yeah, these we call them shade tree pressure washers. They go out there and they try to learn stuff off of social media, and a lot of stuff out there on social media. you got to pay attention what you're doing. Sometimes fact check it. And a lot of people put the false stuff out there. So I'm not saying that me and this old bald guy right here are perfect. We make mistakes just like everybody else does,
But you learn from them.
but you learn from them. So we don't mind passing off our hardship and educating you guys so you don't make the same mistakes that we made. I mean, it's just like Jennifer just hit me up a little earlier. Jennifer Pratt, she has texted me. She's got a customer that's got hard water on their brick sidewalk. So I explained to her, you got to do an acid treatment. And she's like, do I dilute it? I'm like, no. When you do an acid treatment, you get the muriatic acid, you spray it thick on there, you let it cook, you'll see it cooking and boiling. So what it's doing is eating all that hard water up. And then after it gets done cooking, spray a little bit more and see if it fizzles and cooks anymore. If it doesn't, then I come back and spray a degreaser. Then I run my surface cleaner and then I do my rinse. And then it looks like it's brand new again. So that's how you do the acid treatments. Mm-hmm. But, that's what we're here for. We're all family. We help everybody out. If you don't know, call Henry and ask him. Call me, ask me. If neither one of us know, we'll find somebody that's got the answer. We'll get it for you.
Yeah, we've been doing this long enough to where we know exactly what we're doing and how it should be done. And, that's the good thing is now we're educating people because solar panel cleaners, they're a dime a dozen. There's very few. And this business is growing and it's growing extremely fast. But you got to make sure that you find the right person to do that for you because you're messing around with 40, 50, $60,000 pieces of equipment. And somebody can screw something up very, very easily if they don't know what they're doing. And you just don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that they're covered and, they know exactly what they're doing. So, with that, somebody buying solar panels, they're not educated. They're not told that they have to be cleaned. They're just, well, this is going to save you a lot of money and that's it. And, they don't mention that because they're selling a high price item. And if you sit there and you give out that high price item and say, oh, by the way, you got to maintain that high price item. Um, they may change their mind and maybe, something that they may not want to do.
Well, it's simple. It's like this. You go buy a Rolls Royce. Do you not keep that Rolls Royce clean? You keep it serviced, take care of it. Your solar panels are your Rolls Royce. You got to take care of them, maintain them, keep them clean.
Right.
But those are different than a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce takes money out of your pocket. Solar panels can put money back in your pocket.
Right.
So, but you just got to maintain them, take care of them. Questions? Oh, looky there, my lovely wife. Hi, guys. Love the backdrop.
Oh.
Right on.
Hi, Anita. How are you?
Yep. Where are we at? Just getting started. Any recommendations on promoting my business with a small budget? You can go on Facebook Marketplace. It's free. Hit sale and start posting pictures in your business. You can post up to 20 communities at a time. Always make sure you go in there and check off the communities. From the very last one, if there's more than 20, remember where we left off, do another post and post it in there. I have over 55 posts on Marketplace. I post all the time. Every 7 days, you have to renew it. You open it up, you hit select all, hit renew all. They're good for another 7 days.
There you go. And see, Mark does that for free. And, he's the free guy in Marketplace. And I'm the guy who pays for the stuff. And, $13 a click on Google.
I'm a cheap ass. I ain't paying nothing.
Yeah, it's funny because I went out there and today I got a phone call from another marketer and saying they can do things a little better. But you got to have yourself a marketing budget, especially in any type of business, and be able to spend some money. But there's also free advertising that you can do. Austin Yancey says, how much do you charge for residential? Austin, if I turn around and told you how much I charge for residential here on YouTube and on my podcast, I'd be out of business. Um, some people charge per panel, some people charge a flat rate. I charge a flat rate for my business. I charge a flat rate for 1 story, I charge a flat rate for 2 story, and I charge per panel for commercial accounts. I don't indulge my prices just because if I did, people will go somewhere else and try to find it cheaper. And it's not about your solar panels clean for cheaper. It's getting your solar panels clean that it's going to be, you know, a good quality, and that's where you have to go. Um, Andre Alvarez says, "Is it true that you can use solar panel cleaning as a tax write-off? It's another good selling point to close the deals." Yeah, I mean, you could any business is a tax write-off. Um, you can use that. You're doing it's a service, and so we don't charge taxes for services here in California. Um, so uh, ours we don't charge a tax, but Mark's a little different because he's selling equipment. So I'm sure you.
No, even if you're just solar panel cleaning, you save every fuel receipt, you save your food bills, you take customers out to lunch. There's your save that receipt. That's a write off. Your products are your write off. Your cleaning supplies are your write off. Your equipment is a write off. Your vehicle is a write off. Your insurance is a write off. You you save all of your receipts that pertain to your business and you write everything off.
Yeah, there's many ways to market. I mean, we when we go out to a job, we go around the neighborhood. We pass out our door tags. We have our door tags that we put out. I have somebody that goes out while we're working, and they put out door tags, and does a really good job. And you know what? We get phone calls. There's
Oh,
word of mouth, just like Francisco Lopez says. Word of mouth has been my marketing, neighbor to neighbor, busy every day here in southern New
he
Jersey.
was wanting to know about the customer for a write off. That's maintenance on your house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a
Sorry
write
about
off.
that.
Anything maintenance, repairs. That's part of your write off for your houses every year. So if you clean your panels twice, 3, 4 times a year, save that receipt. That's a write off.
Yes. Thanks for this. Thanks for the info. Sorry for the wording. I meant if the customer writes it up. Yes,
Yes, customers write it off.
absolutely. And we have somebody, I think, in
Southern New Jersey.
no, New Jersey and South Africa. New Wabisa, Jordan. Good morning from South Africa. Good morning from the other side of the continent. Wow.
I believe this is one of the gentlemen that talked to me. I got two, and I got South Africa and I got Kenya that are looking to buy skids.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and give them an applause.
Oh
There you go.
Lord, here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to start using my machine over here, and
That cracked me up.
there you go.
That's funny. Oh Lord, here we go. We got a crazy man in here.
Yep. So, but other than that, we
Terry Lynn, oh God.
what happened?
Oh, Terry Lynn, there's a bunch of them. I can clap. Woo! Yay!
There you go. You are live now.
You are live with the two ball guys.
There you go.
Out of control, all sweaty, stinky from a crazy hot day. I'm ready to go take a shower and clean up and go see my lovely wife.
Uh-oh. Me too.
All right,
Wow.
Mark's plugging that thing. So silly. Terry Lynn, you're out of control, girl.
Yeah. So, starting your business, when you started your business,
How did I get into it?
how'd you get into it? Yeah, let's hear your story.
All right. After my hard hat diving career, I got back into trucking. My family's been in trucking for many years. So when I was in the trucking industry, I had 29 yard trucks that you use at distribution centers. We had 32 day cabs that we pulled trailers around. And we had 315 53-foot dry box trailers. Well, everything gets dirty. and we left our trucks parked at the distribution centers all the time. So I looked into getting a pressure washing trailer that I could, transport from DC to DC. That way we can keep everything clean. Well, the gentleman that I bought the equipment from, he says, "Why don't you get into pressure washing?" And I said, "Ain't no money in pressure washing."
Hmm.
Look where I'm at.
Wow.
So I stayed in the trucking for 4 years after I bought the equipment. And after the second, almost third year, I already done went beyond what my salary was in the trucking industry.
Wow.
So I actually hired a guy, and he would work through the week, and I would moonlight at nighttime and help him, and plus work on weekends. So I was doing the terminal manager job during the day, and then I was pressure washing at night. So what got me out of there, because I was one of those guys that didn't want to let go of that, salary and, insurance and everything else we had going for us. I didn't want to let it go. Well, our company had some issues and we lost some accounts, and the company went belly up and forced me out the door. And luckily, the pressure washing was making more than I was, in the trucking. And I just, wouldn't let it, fail. And I just kept pushing it.
Wow. Did you have employees at the time, or
Uh-uh.
no? Just yourself.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I got out there and hustled. I mean, my wife can verify it. I'd get 2 hours in between each job sleeping. I was out there, I was getting average 4 hours a day.
So
That's late. I was out there hustling.
It was your business.
It's your business. You're growing it.
Yep, that's your baby.
Yep. I've had customers come in and buy skids, and they go pay for Yelp and pay for this and pay for that, and it's costing them money, and they're not making no money, and they want to call me back and say, "Mark, can I sell this equipment back to you?" And I'm like, "For what?" He says, "Because I'm not making no money." I'm like, "Why?" He said, "Well, nobody's giving me jobs." I said, "Nobody's giving them to you. You got to go get them."
Right.
So you got to get off your lazy tail and get out there and do the hustle, knock on the doors, do some free jobs for people. And word of mouth is your best advertisement out there.
Yep, absolutely right. I mean, even when you're doing work. Um,
Oh, my wife was helping too.
Anita said.
Yeah, she just said, "Yeah, your wife was helping." I had her pulling hose for me.
Man.
She was be out there at nighttime, busting her ass, helping me out, and yeah, that was an experience.
Wow. It's hard to work with family. I mean, that's just how it is.
Now, I'll tell you a quick story. We're downtown LA. Luma is right there next to the Staples Center. So she's helping me drag the hose because there's a lot of planters and furniture on some of the restaurants and everything out on the street. So she's helping me keep my hose from being untangled. Well, they only want it done at this certain time. That's when the hockey games or the basketball games are playing, and there's people walking every damn where. So I'm out there pressure washing, and I couldn't hear. So Nita was real good about jerking the hose, and she's jerking the damn hose out of my hand.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, "What are you doing?" She said, "These people are trying to get by." I'm like, "To hell with them. Let them go around me." And, she was looking out for me, but I'm just too focused on the ground trying to get all the gum up and, get everything clean. And my wife was a hoot, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. You're listening right now, lovely wife. So you can chime in with your little message and everything.
Carolyn says, "I need Miss Anita on the next podcast."
Oh, right on. Well, she's typing right now, Terry Lynn. She'll send a message out.
There you go.
You'll see her in Vegas November for Sema show.
Awesome.
So we'll go out on the job with you and Jeff and your son, and Nita Sellers. No.
Wow.
But yeah, we'll see you guys up in Vegas when we go to the Sema show, because I definitely want to come out and see you guys on a job. If you guys get a chance, come over to the Sema show and communicate with me. We'll be there on the 31st for Halloween night. We'll be doing our thing on Halloween night, but Tuesday, the 1st, is the first day of the Sema show. So to anybody that lives in Vegas, that goes to Vegas.
What is the Sema show? What is it?
It's the car show.
Okay.
I'll let hear some Mark stories from her point of view. Oh, shit. Here we go, Terry Lynn. So Sema show is for all of the latest, greatest prototypes, everything that deals with the auto industry, tools, equipment, auto detailing, window cleaning supplies are there. So you'll get to see the latest and greatest at the Sema show. I go because I have several vendors that I buy from that are at the SEMA show. I'm considered a buyer when I go.
Okay.
And with everybody that's in this industry, you can sign up to go to the SEMA show. You have a business, you do solar panel cleaning, you do window cleaning, all you need is cleaning supplies, and you can get in there and you can sign up and go. It's something to go to. The outside is free. When I see them, the outside is free to the public. You just got to have a badge to get into the halls. You got the West Hall, Central, South, and North Hall to be able to get inside. But everything else, all the stuff outside, free to the public.
Oh, nice. It's pretty
Last
big.
year, they actually on Friday they opened for the first time they've ever done this. On Friday, they opened it up to the public to come into the halls.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if they're going to do it this year or not. They probably will. I just heard yesterday that Ford and Chevrolet pulled out of the SEMA show. That's huge.
Mm.
For them not to show up, I don't know what's going on. I heard it had a lot to do with the electrical cars because they're focusing all of their money and budget on electric cars and all their advertisement.
Nice.
So if they didn't show up this year, I'm sure they'll be there next year.
Nice.
Because we got Ford, Chevrolet, even Dodge. Hey, check this out. I just seen the video today. Dodge had a Challenger electric.
I saw it.
And when you give it gas, it has a speaker that sounds like the car with a V8 engine in it.
Wow.
And it's a Hellcat. I just seen it. It'll be at the SEMA show this year. So when they was hitting the gas this morning, it was on the news, KTLA.
Yeah, they think of everything.
So when they were giving it, throttle, I was laughing because it's got a deep, throaty exhaust system on it, and it's electric car. So you'll hear it coming.
First electric car you hear coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not going to have that little humming like a Tesla does.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you'll hear these cars coming. So Dodge, that was pretty funny when I seen that this morning.
Nice. All right. So you started the business, you got into it. So what do you recommend to anybody who's interested in getting into the pressure washing business?
Pertaining?
Anything, just in general, starting out, what if they have a small budget?
The biggest thing you need to do, and I've got people like Terry Lynn that's on here right now. Her and Jeff come with everything in the kitchen sink, to do it. They already had all their brushes. They had everything else. They got my skid. They got the foam cannons. They got the soaps. They got all the supplies they need. Whenever you start a job, try to save the money before you start and get all of the right equipment. If you don't have the right equipment, customers are going to see you when you come up. I've got a customer, I just did a bill for him today. I put a pressure washer with a burner, surface cleaner, 2 hose reels on his truck, and then the bracket for 2 DI tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what are you going to do with the DI tanks? I said, because you can't run them through the burner. The DI water will eat up the coil. He said, I'm going to hook a water hose to them and run a water-fed pole. I said, well, you can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
So he's starting out that way. But the whole thing is, first impression is a lasting impression. When you roll up on a job, make sure you're dressed nice, you're clean, you're organized,
Right.
Your vehicle looks good, your vehicle's washed and looks good, and your equipment looks good. The more professional you pull up, the easier it is to gain the confidence from your customer. The customer is, as soon as you pull up, you're being interviewed.
Right. That's a
So
good
they're
point.
looking at you and saying, let's see how he does. Like me, I'm very, up forward with him. I do a lot of talking to him, explain to him what I'm doing. If you want to stand outside, I'm going to walk up on the roof, see if you have any broke tiles or anything's going on. I'll take pictures and show it to you. So that way they know that I'm going to inspect the roof. They can't say I broke something.
Right.
So they know I'm going to look at everything, give an inspection, and give them feedback right away.
Right.
And then I'm going to start the cleaning. But yeah, you just got to be, you got to be professional, and you got to have the right equipment. And guys, this is not a sale. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you come buy my equipment. Buy it wherever you want to buy it. It's just, if you're going to go out there and you're going to do a job, and this is the profession you want to be in, make sure you get the right equipment.
Absolutely, because there's going to be a time where you're probably doing a 1-story house with maybe 10 panels, and then all of a sudden, when you're done, that customer is going to come to you and say, hey, I have a business and I have 2,500 panels. What would you charge me to clean that? And he doesn't want to see anybody with a, wide eye, because he knows that they can't do it. He wants somebody who has confidence that's going to sit there and give him a price, and let them know that they're gonna be able to do that with ease. And this is how I handle all my customers: is if there's a will and a way, you get it done. And for me, there's always a will and there's always a way, and you make it happen. If you can make it happen, you're going to impress that person, and that person is going to give you more business and more business and more business.
Yeah.
And
And guys, listen, not every job is gravy. I mean,
no,
we've all had good jobs, we've had easy jobs, and we've had jobs that beat the crap out of us. But you learn from those bad jobs. You learn what not to do next time. I mean, it could be, I've done it. I've gotten lazy to where I wouldn't go out and do a job walk. Well, I tell them, send me pictures, but the pictures they sent me were the best pictures in the world. They didn't send me the bad pictures. And when I get out to the job, I'm like, whoa, hold up. This is not what you sent me.
Mhm.
I'm saying, look, my price is my price, but sometimes you got to honor your price. They said, well, we sent you pictures and this is your price. They're going to hold you to it. But you got to get confident in yourself. You got to know how to do the job. You got to know how to walk the job. I just had a customer hit me up right before the podcast and everything. Wanted to know how to clean asphalt. And it's, you measure it, length, time, width. They're like, well, how are we going to measure it? I said, go to Home Depot and get you one of those little wheels. You can get the digital or you can get the little analog. You measure it. You measure length, time, width, and that's your square foot. So you got rates that you'll charge for square foot. It depends on if it's asphalt, it could be a rate. If it's concrete, it could be a rate. If it's greasy and oily, it could be a different rate because you got to use your detergents and everything else. But that's how you measure square footage. But I kind of went off track.
Well, it's very important because you have to know exactly, what you are bidding on. A lot of times we get that for like bird proofing, trying to get the pigeons out from underneath. And one of the questions we ask is, how many solar panels do you have? Because we're figuring out the measurements and everything else when we go out there and um, we measure all this stuff out and get the right material. You got to have the right amount of material. And once you know that, and you can make a profit off of every job, then your business is only going to grow. And we have customers that watch us here on YouTube, um, and they give us a call, and they know that we're probably a little higher than some other people, but they know that we're going to be giving them a great service. And we treat them like if it was my home and I was going to be cleaning my home, I want to make sure it's done right. And we do that to every single customer. And this is why we have great reviews. And one of the things with this business is you got to make sure that you have the workers, you have the insurance, you have, you know, um, most important is going to be the knowledge. You got to have that. If you have all that, then it just makes your job a lot easier and getting through that job in 20 minutes as opposed to an hour and a half of completing work. We've been scheduling 5 to 6 jobs a day now, and that's a lot for solar panel cleaning. But this is how busy that we're getting now. And we started out with maybe 1 or 2 jobs a day, and you got to expect that, especially when you're first starting out. This is why you have to really pay attention to your marketing, pay attention to how you're reaching people, whether it's word of mouth, whether it's walking the streets and handing out flyers, or or door tags. You got to do all that, making phone calls, and once you do that, it'll start coming in.
Yeah.
The work will start coming in.
Bobby, I'm sitting there reading your message, talking about the East Coast and everything. Some people saying, they're worried about off season. There is no off season. Even on the East Coast, I've seen a company that invented
Yeah.
a rotary brush that knocks snow off the solar panels. I was like, check this out. I didn't even think about one for snow, but yeah, this was crazy. I haven't. I didn't get a lot of info on it, but I did get to see it. It was a company that was cleaning solar panels and just getting snow. That's nice. No DI water.
Nope.
Just clean the snow off.
Wow.
But yeah, the temp is going down. The 50s. It's still good to clean the solar panels. Heck yeah, it's still good. You got to keep them clean. Dirt doesn't go away, guys.
No.
Dirt is here year round. Even it depends on where you're at. You may have snow.
Andrew says, if you do 5 to 6 jobs a day in the summer, how many jobs are you doing in December and January?
Same.
Hey, that's the same. Great question. But you know what, Andrew? We are doing window cleaning. We're doing solar panel cleaning. We're doing bird proofing, getting pigeons out from underneath the solar panels. Pigeons don't know what time of year it is. They're there all year around. And this is where you have to um, grow your business and have different areas that you can excel in. This is why Mark, when he sells his skid, um, he sells his skids and they're used for pressure washing, window cleaning, solar panel cleaning. And so, with that, you have many businesses. It's not just cleaning solar panels. And this is what I'm talking about. Mark, I'm talking about people have no knowledge of when it comes to cleaning solar panels, they have to be cleaned all year around. And they see that through their electric bill. When
Mm-hmm.
their electric bill goes higher, that's when we get the phone calls. So when Andrew asked that question, it's like, I know where you're going with this, but there's some people that are not working or not doing anything because they're not going out there and getting the jobs. You got to go out there and get those jobs, even in December and January, which is our slow period. So, just so you know that, solar panel cleaning starts from March to November. But what you don't know is there's a lot of companies out there that have budgets and they want to get these done at a certain period of time. And it's not always summertime.
Mm-hmm.
It's either December or January or February that we're out here working doing commercial buildings.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Well, the only season, and we didn't really get to see it until this year. Uh, Holidays, you started seeing people get out more since COVID, and people were not spending as much during the summer months, like July,
Right.
or they go on vacation with their family. December, it does slow down a little bit. December because parents are buying toys for their kids and visiting family and
Well, let's
everything like
be
that.
honest. They're not buying a whole lot of stuff, and they're thinking about the holidays and Christmas and everything else, and they're saving money, especially with the economy that's going on right now, and it's only going to get worse. But with that being said, there's a reason why people buy the solar panels to save money.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not educated and they go out there and they say, "Oh, we're not going to go ahead and clean them," especially here in California, there is no seasons.
Yeah.
California is hot all year around. You
Yeah.
may and right now we're in a drought. We're in a water drought, and you'll see it advertised on commercials more and more and more about saving water. And so, you know, summertime doesn't make a bit of difference, other than it just getting over 100 degrees in a few months. It'll cool down to 80s and 90s, and guess what? Solar panels are still going to be dirty. They're
Mm-hmm.
still going to be. Do me a favor, guys. Just look around your neighborhood. Look around and see how many solar panels are clean, how many are filthy. Then you know how big this business is.
Well, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I told if there's a few people just jumped on right now. I talked about earlier that I've got a grand reveal that I'm about to do as soon as it gets out of paint and I get the rest of the stuff done to it. The more equipment you have, the more you're going to stay busy. So during the holidays, even though they might not be paying to have their solar panels cleaned, but people are still paying to get pressure washing done.
Right.
So since the 2 years of COVID, since 2020, I've seen people get into one business, to get into auto detailing, or get into solar panel cleaning, or get into window cleaning, and before you know it, all three have joined together.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're doing all three things. So I've got customers coming back and buying a pressure washer with a burner.
Mm-hmm.
I got customers that have pressure washers with burners that want me to set up with a DI system so they can clean windows and clean solar panels. So now everybody's starting to get smart, and they're starting to see that, hey, I'm not just going to subject myself just to one cleaning. I'm going to do everything,
Mm-hmm.
because these customers that trust you, they're like, oh my God, they did a beautiful job on my house. They cleaned my solar panels real good. Now they want you to clean their concrete. They want you to clean their back patio. They want you to clean their windows, take the screens out, wash the screens. That's those little black shorty trigger guns that I sell. That way you can get away from it. You wash the screens, you wash the windows, wash the tracks out, pop the screen back in, go off to the next one.
Quick and great, by the way.
So now people are getting educated, and they're starting to do everything now.
Yeah. And that goes to me starting my business. When I started my business and how I got into this business was me looking at a business that I can get into, or I can make money, just like most of you, right? And, I've always been an entrepreneur, always been in business for myself. And when I got into this business, I really looked at solar panels because I knew that was going to be the future. Well, I knew that solar panels installation, getting into the solar panel industry was saturated. There was a lot of people selling solar panels. But when I was looking into it, I did notice how many solar panels were filthy out there. I asked that question: who's cleaning these things?
Mm-hmm.
Who's out here cleaning solar panels? So what I did is I went onto Google and I typed in solar panel cleaners. And I did not find one legitimate business that was strictly solar panel cleaning.
It's
I
everything.
I found window washers. Window washers were out here cleaning solar panels.
Mm-hmm.
That was a niche that back then in 2020, there wasn't a whole lot of people cleaning solar panels.
Yep.
This is how my business grew tremendously, and it grew fast.
Mm-hmm.
I marketed on Google. I did a Google My Business page. I went out there and just took off as soon as I did that. And I had people calling me to where I was getting a lot of calls. And come summertime, I was completely booked. Um, Now, getting into this business now it's still young. There's still a lot of business to be taken.
Bobby, answer your question. What is solar panel under when it comes to insurance? It's under window
It's
cleaning.
under window cleaning, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So if you can use, if you want to use our guy, feel free.
Yeah.
He's here in Lake Elsinore, and he gives out great prices for solar panel cleaning. And you cannot when you're getting insurance, you can't just go to like State Farm or
Well,
all these others, companies.
a lot of the companies out there don't know how to title it. You don't want to say you're a pressure washer. If you say pressure washing, you won't be paying my insurance. My
A
insurance
lot of
is
money.
marine insurance. I pay a lot of money for my insurance. We deal with hazmat. We deal with fuel spills. We deal with all that kind of stuff. So you want to be a window cleaner. So insurance, window cleaner. That covers you for everything.
That's right.
My suggestions: get minimum 1 million. If you can afford 2 million, get 2 million. Then that way you can score the big contracts.
Yeah. 2 million actually is not that much more.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
People think it's a lot of money. 2 million. Ulysses is doing 2 million, and out here in California, in Southern California, it's around 900 a year for the 2 million, if I remember right. But you'd have to just give our guy a call.
Nice.
So
when
what's up, A1?
Yeah, so this is how my business grew. My business actually grew just by me going out there and wrapping my vehicle. I bought a skid from Mark, and at that time it was a 1.0. It was
It was
brand
a
new.
1.0. We've done many updates on Henry's. Henry's one of my older guys. We started out with a 1.0. We've done the 2.0. We've done the 3.0. And now he's all the way up to 4.0.
Yeah, every time I come over here, he's like, "I gotta upgrade you.
Yeah, I got to upgrade you.
I gotta have to put this in here. I gotta do this."
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, before long, I'm about to pull it out, and we're just going to put another deck down and do it a 5.0 and give him the dual system.
watch out.
Yeah.
No, but ever since then, my business has grew tremendously, and it is where it is today. And I appreciate all my customers. I appreciate all the I appreciate all that. So,
Yes, Miss Sullins.
oh, what?
Andre Alvarez asks, why does Mark use soap and Henry doesn't? All right. I want to tell you guys, we went out with Jennifer Pratt and you see me use soap. I have been using soap from the very get-go. This is my explanation. First of all, the soap that I use will not leave soap residue on your panels. It is made for auto detailing, for window cleaning, and solar panel cleaning. Even on their box, they show solar panels being used with this soap to clean. I have the MSDS sheets. I've called solar panel companies to verify that solar panel does not void warranties. It's tempered glass. They do not put nothing on the outside soap's going to damage them. The reason I use soap, solar panels have electrical charge. They they collect a lot of contaminants. You use soap on your car when you wash your car. You use soap on your butt when you wash your butt. Put a little soap on the solar panels.
Good analogy,
It
by the
does
way.
give them shine. It does clean them a lot better. If there is some type of residue on there, for instance, like tree sap or whatever, using just water is not going to get them completely clean. If you look at the panels in my video with Jennifer, after we got done, look how shiny and clean those panels were. We
Right.
used the J. Racenstein brush. It gets the bird poop. You don't have to brush them a lot. One pass will get the bird poop off. And I use soap. Henry chooses not to use soap.
I choose. There's a reason why I don't use the soap, and the main reason that I don't use soap is because I'm using a high pressure system where I'm using a rotating brush that spins pretty fast. So when I tried using soap at one time, um, I it took a lot longer for me to get the soap off, so I just stopped using it. And I don't personally, I don't use it, and it works great.
But if you look at the J. Racenstein, it brings the
It-
dirty water to the center
it's a
and it
different-
brings all the soap to the center.
It's a different brush.
And it pushes it right off or it pulls it right off. And
Mm,
yes,
yeah.
Jennifer Pratt, my butt does shine when I wash it with soap. I just seen your message right now. I started cracking up. And my wife says, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Andrew says, Henry, are you insured as a solar panel cleaner or a window washer? Listen, my business license is solar panel cleaner. That's what my business license. My insurance is covered under window washing. Window washing is cheaper because they don't have a category for solar panel cleaners. So what Mark was telling you and what I'm telling you is under your insurance, the cheapest route and way to go would be going classified under window washing. Now, your business
Your business is a whole different system.
you should have under your business, window cleaning or solar panel cleaning or bird proofing. If you do those, if you're doing those services, then you qualify. But you all you have to do is clean outside of the windows, and you're a window washer, right? So um, you go in as a window cleaning service or window washing under your insurance here in California, anyways. I can't speak for any other states. But.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it was. Andre says, "Thank you guys. Love the answers. I'm giving you a call tomorrow, Mark." Uh, Andrew says, "My insurance broker wants to insure me as if I was a roofer." No,
Hell no. No,
no, no, no, no, no,
no,
no,
no, no. Call
no.
a different insurance company and put down window
Absolutely.
washing.
Yeah, he's gonna take you.
Yes. No.
Yeah, no. As a roofer, you are gonna pay quite a bit of money.
Business license, Bobby, not no LLC. If you're
No.
just a sole proprietor, you just need a business license.
Oh my goodness, Bobby, this is one of the biggest things that this really bothers me because a lot of people think that they have to be a corporation when they start this business. They don't. You need a business license and you can go in as a sole proprietor and
Yep.
go directly to your bank and say, I'm a sole proprietor and I don't have any officers, I don't have any of that. And why would you pay thousands of dollars if you don't know if this business is going to work for you? Getting an LLC or getting a corporation. You can get a corporation 9 months later when you're making money, as opposed to getting it right from the get go.
Yep.
It's just you could be using that money for something
Yeah,
else.
listen, guys, you got people out there that will sell you the moon.
Yeah.
Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. You can call Henry. You can call me anytime. I mean, my number's right here behind me. Call me.
Oh, the number is 951-440-9063, and that is Mark. That is Mark at AM Pressure Washing.
I love these buttons. Oh my God. But yes, call us anytime, guys. Everybody on here, if when we get done with this podcast, if there's anybody that has questions, you got the numbers, you got Henry's number, SoCal Solar Panel Cleaning. What's your number, Henry?
626. No, I'll give you the other one. 909-552-1381. 909-552-1381. Give me a call between the hours of 8 and 7.
So there you go. But yes, you call us, ask us, Terry Lynn. You said I agree, cuss after using a graffiti remover to remove paint, overspray, and then clean the panels. The graffiti remover is soapy, and the C1000 makes quite a sudsy. You've been talking about getting that J. Racenstein. When you get that J. Racenstein, it's going to be like daylight from dark,
Yeah.
Terry Lynn. That it's just the way that the spiral brings the dirty water to the center. So one side of the brush will push the water away from you, and you flip the brush over, and it bring the dirty water to you. So if you're on the ground, you want to bring it to you. If on a roof, you want to push it away. So the way that it cleans is cleaning all the soap, the dirt, the graffiti remover, whatever, bringing it to the center, and you're pushing it off. So you'll see a big difference in that brush. I'm no more window cleaning brush scrubbing. I'm running my J. Racenstein now. As a
Right.
matter of fact, I'm not running it. Henry's got it right
Yeah,
now.
as a matter of fact, I'm using it. I'll be using it tomorrow and the next thing.
Yep. So
All right. Business license. Okay, you said business license or LLC. Um, Bobby says, thanks for the info, Henry. Who's your insurance guy? Oh, my insurance guy is Ulysses Dominguez. And if you guys can give him a call,
here, let me type
and
that
we'll,
in.
we'll go ahead and type that in. I have it here as 951 244 8760. Give him a call. Tell him that Henry and Mark sent you, and he'll take care of you. And that's who I
Now
use.
he's only good for California.
That's
Now,
right.
if you're out of state, he will send you. He will send you a template of what your insurance should look like. So, but in the state of California, he can insure you in the state of California. If you're in a different state, call him and he'll give you the guidance. And he helps out all of my customers. So, yeah, give Ulysses a shout out. Blow his phone up.
There you go.
He'll love me.
Yeah, maybe he'll take us out to dinner.
Oh my
Who
God.
knows?
All right, guys. Anything else? It's been a long one for me. I've been here since 6 o'clock this morning.
Wow. Well, this was our first podcast, so we appreciate you guys staying here and listening to the two old guys and old bald guys.
And
And
tomorrow, I'm going to put the monitor up there because you see us looking. We're looking at a monitor right here and answering all your questions. So tomorrow, the monitor will be brought around so we can look at the camera and look up and see the questions. It's like we're looking at you and we're talking to you. We're not ignoring you. We're just looking at a monitor over here.
there you go.
So, but hey, we're just two old bow guys. We're figuring this stuff out. We're getting it together, and I think it's pretty nice. We even have our little ambiance light over here.
Oh my goodness.
So
thanks, Anita.
what's in the oh god, yeah. But yeah, we like what we're doing, and we're just it's all about stepping up your game. So who would think 2 years ago that me and this old ball guy right here would be doing this?
Absolutely.
But as time goes, even the older people have got to get more educated on the social media.
Right.
I'm educating myself all the time. I've got a young guy that works downstairs that helps me on my social media now, and I learn from him. He's what he does professionally. He's a gamer, so he comes in 3 days a week and helps me with all my posts. He's helping Henry out, and we're learning from him as well. So, but yeah, you got to educate yourself, even all of us old folks out there, and learn how to do this because this can help your business grow.
Yes.
Nowadays, everybody is on this. Go to a restaurant. You got people that are not even looking at each other at a restaurant. They're too busy on this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's where it's at.
Right. That's your marketing right there is these cell phones. Definitely. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate you guys coming on today. It's been a long first podcast, but it's been a good one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our little studio here. We're going to just make it a little better, and hopefully we sound pretty good, and hopefully you guys chime in. So
yay!
I'm definitely going to have to take that away from you. Definitely. I'm not even going to let him take it home. So
I'm going to start a phone screen cleaning. LOL. You go, Andrew. Hey, you're cleaning. That's all that matters.
There you go. What is the difference between a business license or LLC? A business license is what you need, Anita. You need that for your business. And so if you are in Lake Elsinore, you got to get a business license for Lake Elsinore. And an LLC is a corporation. And then that protects people from basically being sued and them not going after their personal property. And I'm not an attorney, so I'm just not giving legal advice or anything. It's just what I know. So, hopefully that's a pretty good explanation, but it kind of protects you from your personal assets. And,
yeah,
there you go.
That's it.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining in. We love all the comments, and we will be back. We will be posted on my social media. Henry will post it on his social media, and we'll put it out there to everybody when we're going to start doing this every single week.
And do me a favor, guys. Give us a thumbs up on this video if you guys are watching the video on YouTube. Follow us on our podcast. We are going to be putting that out there. We will have links to our podcast. And that way you guys can join our podcast. And, I don't know exactly how that works, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. And
one other thing, everybody that's listening, promote my YouTube channel. I'm above a 500 right now, but for some reason, Henry's got a horseshoe up his butt. He got lucky by getting so many followers. I'm trying to get to 1,000 so I can start going live. So if you don't mind, promote my YouTube. It's AM Pressure Washing. Tell people to subscribe to me so I can get to 1,000 so I can start doing live videos, because sometimes I might be out in a warehouse building something. I don't mind doing a live video so you guys can watch and see what I'm doing and ask me questions. A lot of people that want to go over stuff, I either have to go on Duo or something like that and do a live stream with them so I can go over stuff with them. But I'm trying to get YouTube to where I can go live on YouTube, and not only will we record it, you can also use it for a reference, for future reference as well.
And also you can join us on our podcast, and we're going to grow that channel also for podcasting. But as Mark said, you can go onto YouTube, just search AM Pressure Washing and hit subscribe, and
forward it to your friends.
There you go.
Forward it to all your social media friends and tell them just to subscribe. They ain't got to pay no attention to me. Just let me get to 1,000 numbers, so that way I can start going live.
Let's get Mark to 1,000 subscribers, and I will shave his head live on YouTube.
Well, that ain't gonna take much. You won't be there long.
Okay.
All right, everybody. We love you guys. Thank
All
you
right.
so much. Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Peace.
See you on the next podcast.
Allah.